Okay, we're calling to order the Committee on International and Legal Affairs. I'd like to note the presence of members Toba, Okimoto, Vice Chair Wire, Cordero, and the rest of the members are excused. Okay, members, let's go through the script. Announcements pursuant to Section 92-37 HRS, this meeting will be conducted as a remote meeting by interactive conference technology with the following procedures in effect for the meeting. Members of the public will be allowed to provide oral testimony on all items on the agenda in person in the council chamber and remotely when each agenda item is taken up. Both English and Hawaiian are official language of the state of Hawaii pursuant to Article 15, Section 4 of the Hawaii State Constitution and Section 1-13 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes. Members of the public may testify in either language. For oral testimonies offered in Olelo, Hawaii, additional time may be necessary. Additional time, as may be necessary, will be allowed for the testifier to provide an English translation to the testimony. Before testifying, each person shall state their name. Each speaker may not have anyone else read their statements and is limited to 1-minute presentations on each item. Once in-person testimony is included, I will proceed to those who have registered to testify remotely by video conference. When your name is called, please monitor your screen and activate your audio feed when prompted. I will then give persons who have not registered an opportunity to offer testimony. Please utilize the raised hand feature in Zoom to be called on. For those joining us by telephone only, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. I will identify you by the last 3 digits of your phone number. When your phone number is called, please press *6 to unmute yourself when prompted. Some friendly reminders and tips: video conference from a quiet location if possible. If you are also watching the proceedings on Olelo, please mute your television at the time you're called to testify. When the timer on the screen reaches 0, please conclude your remarks promptly. HRS Section 92-3.7 requires all votes at remote meetings to be conducted by a roll call vote unless unanimous. Therefore, I will call for objections, and if there are any, I will call for a roll call vote. For those council members nobody's participating through Zoom. Written testimonies, including the testifier's address, email address, and phone number, will be available to the public as described on the posted agenda. Cell phones, as a courtesy, please turn off all cell phones. Okay, moving to agenda item number 1, Resolution 25-98, supporting the establishment of a new sister city relationship with Bangkok, Thailand. Members, we're going to make an amendment to the resolution by deleting reference to Fukuoka, Japan, and making technical non-substantive amendments. First, calling Director Trask O'Connell for testimony, if she desires. Up to you. Brief testimony, if you desire.
Aloha Committee Chair, Council members, good afternoon. On behalf of the administration, I just want to say that we are in support of this resolution to pursue a sister city relationship with Bangkok.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to proceed to in-person testifiers. Anyone here wishing to testify, please come forward. See none, we're going to move to remote testimony. Are there any remote testifiers?
Yes, there is, Chair.
Okay, please go ahead. Cares.
I'm in strong support.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
All right. Great testimony. Okay. Anyone else remotely wishing to testify? Okay. Members, any questions? Okay. See none. Chair is going to recommend adoption of Resolution 25-98 CD1. Any objections? Any WRs or no's? Recess, subject to the call of the chair. Okay, sorry about that. We must first adopt the language for the CD1 into the resolution. So are there any objections to adopting the language for the CD1 into the resolution? Okay, see none. The CD1 language is now in the resolution. Are there any objections to passing Resolution 25-98 CD1? See none. Okay, resolution is adopted. Thank you. Okay, members, we're now moving to executive session. The following items as posted on the agenda have been referred to executive session. I will read the items individually to allow for oral testimony on each item. Agenda item number 2, resolution to request additional funds for Kobayashi Sugita Goda as special counsel representing defendants in Honolulu Liquor Commission, Jacob Fears, Catherine Fontaine in the legal action entitled Scarlet Honolulu versus Honolulu Liquor Commission. We will now proceed to in-person testimony. Anyone wishing to testify in person, please come forward. See none. Any remote testimony? Okay, see none. Okay, moving on to agenda item number 3, requesting for authorization to settle a lawsuit against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Lisa Ann Daguro versus City and County of Honolulu. Anyone wishing to testify in person? Anyone wishing to testify remotely? Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 4, requesting authorization to settle a case against the City and County of Honolulu entitled Bryant versus City and County of Honolulu. Anyone in person to testify? See none. Anyone remotely? Okay. Members, are there any objection to convening an executive session? Okay, see none. Without objections, the committee convenes into a closed meeting pursuant to HRS section 92-4 and 92-5A4 to consult in a closed meeting with its attorneys on the questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and/or liabilities of the city, the council, and its committees on the items listed on the agenda for executive session. The following persons will participate in executive session, all council members present, and we're noting the presence of Representative or Councilmember Tupola. Corporation Counsel Dwayne Pang, Maria Cook, Kaliko Warrington, Paige Ogata, Courtney Wong, Paul Aoki. Winton Park, Dana Pitcher, and Saichi Layu. For those members participating okay, no one is participating remotely. Okay, we are moving to executive session.